Okay, good morning. One more time, Coach Alejandro here, with the idea to bring the locker room to all of you, as parents, as coaches, as players, but mainly to the players. But most importantly, also my hope and my wish is that coaches, you guys can also benefit from this recording. Today, I was, during the morning, I was having a prayer time. I was spending time with the Lord, and I was asking Him for His wisdom, guidance for the day. And He led me to think about one verse of the Bible. It is in Psalms 11:3. He says that if the foundations are destroyed, what the righteous can do. And it truly stopped me because I was thinking about the players that that I'm currently working with, and I was, like thinking about you guys and praying for you and asking God guidance to how can I, help you out better and everything. And and it was very clear in my mind that no matter, and I write down this in here so you can also think about it and reflect it, okay? It says, what a club, what a coach, or what a team can do if a player doesn't embrace his part, if a player doesn't embrace his responsibility, if a player doesn't do his part. So it's simple, like I can be Jose Mourinho, or I can be Pep Guardiola, or I can be Marcelo Bielsa, or I can be your favorite coach in the world, the better, the best, right? And I can give you the tools, I can give you the training, I can give you the facilities, the preparation, everything. But if you don't do your part, nothing good is gonna happen, right? So this morning we're gonna talk about tactics, of course, but also we're gonna be spending some time talking about your responsibility. And I want you guys to reflect and think about this. For example, there's several principles that I'll be teaching you through the different videos that I've been recording for you. But today I want you to start with you, because the principle of individuality. So the game is for the player, right? And the game, it's about the player. And the game happens because of the player. And yes, other factors, but the most important person on the field is the player, right? The player decides, is he going to be executing the coach's idea, the coach's training. So everything basically that happens on the field, it's because the player is executing it. The player is doing his stuff. So I want you to think about this, the individuality of yourself. So currently I have a couple players in my program, right? And none of you, even you guys are the same age, some of you different ages, none of you is the same player. You will not have in your team another player that is like you. And I'm not talking about only your physicality. I'm talking about the way you guys think, the ways you guys perceive and experience the game, the decisions that you guys take with the ball and without the ball, your physicality, your genetics, everything. You are unique. You are you. And God didn't create two players like you. So you need to, starting point is you need to understand that you are unique. You need to understand that you are different. You need to understand that you can be comparing with nobody else because God made you unique and different. And you have some abilities that nobody else have. And you don't have abilities that other has. So that should be creating gratefulness and gratitude, because the team makes you better and the team complements you, and you should be making better your team too. So individuality is such important part of your learning process. Learn to know you better. Learn to accept who you are. Learn to listen to the coaches, to what they need to say about you, what they need to say about what you need to improve, what they're saying about what you're doing good, or things that you need to be taking into consideration, right? Because it's very important for you to have that self-awareness about who you are and what you need to be improving. And basically, I mean, the people that is working with me, I will not work with people that they cannot put up with my opinion about themselves, right? Because you need to know who you are, and you need to accept the criticism, the support that we bring to you, because there is no other way that you're gonna improve. There is no other way that you're gonna embrace your reality so you can become a better player. So things that I was thinking about when I was meditating about this is that as a player, right, as a unique individual, you have responsibilities, right? And these responsibilities belong only to you. These are things that only you have to be, you need to be responsible for this. It's like this belongs to you. This is totally yours, nobody else. It doesn't belong to your coach. It doesn't belong to your parents. It doesn't belong to the club. It doesn't belong to the soccer federation. You don't care if you have a soccer field that is nice or is crap, whatever. No excuses. When you embrace your responsibility, we're talking about you are not putting excuses. You say, this is my game and I own this, okay? And I want you to be very clear with this, because again, no matter how good the resources that you have around you, no matter how much your parents drive you and take you to trainings and games, give you good nutrition, whatever, if you don't do your part, this is not going to happen with you, all right? And I'm talking right now, people that is listening to me, is people that has big dreams. You probably want to be a professional player. You probably want to play college level. You probably want to be the best in your state, the best in your country. Well, good news. That could happen, but you need to embrace it. You need to be responsible. You see, the way God made us and the way society functions, it all starts with the individual, but that individual has to take ownership about his life. So first of all, no excuses, but responsibilities. Once I heard that the responsibility means your ability to respond, whatever we calling you responsible for, and this is what, for me, this is what you're responsible for, okay? And if you see the realities of the soccer game internationally right now and locally right now, you need to be taking care of your technical abilities. There is no excuse for you for today not to be improving your technical abilities. Just no excuses. Your physicality, you need to be improving your physical condition, your body coordination, your abilities, your agility, your elasticity, right? Your resistance, your endurance, your speed. These are 5 things, things that you can control, things that you can do by yourself through the guidance of your coaches, through the guidance of, in my case, if you're working with me, I help you out with this. Tactical awareness, tactical knowledge. What does it mean? That you need to understand the game. You need to understand what is this game about. You need to understand what are the defender responsibilities, what are the midfielders, what are the attackers, what are the different systems that we play, and inside those systems, what are the roles of the defenders in the system. For example, if your team is playing 4-2-3-1, in here, you see this thing in here, it says 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 holding midfielders, 3 creative midfielders, and 1 forward. In this system specific, there are different responsibilities for different players. If you're defender, if you're midfielder, if you're forward, you have different responsibilities, but you need to embrace that thing. You need to know what are your responsibilities. Nobody should be doing what you should be doing, all right? So in the tactical aspect, things that you can do, you guys gotta watch TV. You need to watch games. You need to go to the stadium. You need to become a students of the game. Don't tell me that you're gonna learn to play this game if the only thing you do is practice with your club. That's not gonna happen. You need to go and watch, for example, we're having in this city, Orlando City. You gotta go buy some tickets. I don't have money. Excuses, go watch some cars. Do something around your neighborhood. Get the money, get your parents' permission to go to the stadium. Go with them. Do not find excuses. You need to go to the stadium. The problem with the TV, watching games on TV only, is that they only give you a small part of the game. But you need to learn to understand the whole picture, what the defenders are doing when the attackers got the ball, for example. And what the attackers are doing when they lose the ball and now the other team is attacking. Are they walking or are they recovering their position so they can be part of the whole team idea defensively? So things that you need to be learning. And also, all of this is wrapped into your emotional aspect. How do you manage your emotions during the game? How do you manage the frustration? How do you manage the happiness? Do you get too high during the game? Do you get too low during the game? Do you maintain a good, healthy composure during the game on different moments, right? And this is your responsibility. You need to learn to recognize you. You need to learn to understand who you are emotionally, and you need to understand who you should become emotionally too, because that's gonna completely affect your game for good or for bad. And this is what we call the silence training, which is rest and nutrition. Man, something that I treasure about my family, I have to go to the bed earlier. And for that reason, I learned to get up early in the morning. Guys, turn it off the freaking phone. For real. Before 7 p.m., nobody should be touching that cell phone. Nobody. Don't touch the phone. Just don't do it. Turn it off. Turn it off. Your brain, your body, you need to rest. You need to sleep. But some of you are not resting because you're spending hours in that stupid phone. Yeah. Listen clearly. Stupid phone. Maybe it's not the phone, the stupid. Guys, don't use the phone during the night. As a matter of fact, something that I'm learning is that I will not be carrying my phone in my pocket. I'm gonna be putting it in my backpack, and the less I use the phone, the better it's gonna be for me and for the people in my community, right? Because that's just sucking the life out of us. But we need to learn to rest, and also we need to learn to eat properly. As an individual, the food and the nutrition that you need is also unique. The food that works for others not necessarily is going to be working for you. So you need to become a student of what are the foods that give you energy, that give you power, that keeps you with enough fuel to sustain a good training session. In this time, after working with already for a month with consistently on weekly basis with some of you, I can see players that are improving their physicality, their technique, their tactical, and I can see others that they're also improving, but not in the same pace, right? And yes, this is also have to some of this has to be with the individuality, but at the same time, I understand that your growing is closely related with how much you're resting and how well you're eating, right? Especially the energy levels, especially your endurance, especially your capacity to sustain effort during the training session, and to keep, pushing and pushing and pushing forward. This month we are starting a very intentional training about your physicality, which we're gonna be aiming to increase resistance, endurance. That way we can add later on more exercises about speed and fast recovery, and also just for the general idea of being able to train a little bit more and sustain our quality a little bit more. Because if you're tired, there's no way we're gonna keep training, right? So these are things that you need to be embracing, right? As an individual, as a player, you need to be embracing your technical, physicality, tactical, embrace it with the emotional aspect. Rest and nutrition is such an important part. But also, you need to understand what is the responsibility that you need to be playing in your team. And if you don't understand, you need to go ask your coach and say, Coach, I'm a right fullback. Coach, I'm a holding midfielder. Coach, I'm a central defender. Coach, I'm a forward. I need to understand what are your expectations about my performance on the team. That way I know that I am doing my part inside the whole picture. Ask that question to your coach. Don't be quiet if you don't understand. And if you understand, write it down and say, when we are attacking, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And when we are defending, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And you can draw some pictures also about the different moments of the different positions of the ball. That way, your coach knows what is in your mind, and you guys can have a healthy conversation and fix that thing. And that's another reason why you cannot miss any training session. Because by you missing training sessions, you are losing an opportunity to keep learning as a team what you guys have to be doing. Willingness. Are you willing to put the work? Are you willing to own your tactical, your technical, your physicality, your rest, your nutrition? Are you really willing? This is about you. It's not about your coaches. It's not about your club. It's not about your parents. It's very important to be honest in this part. If you are not honest and if you are cheating about this, it's like you're making excuses and you're faking. Sooner or later, we're gonna notice that and we're gonna call you out. So be honest. And if you're not willing to be the player that you say you wanna be, just be honest and say it. There is nothing wrong. You can go play basketball. Nothing wrong with playing basketball. We're gonna keep loving you, okay? Or you can play baseball and we're gonna keep loving you, okay? It's not gonna be as fun, but you can do it. Just kidding. Love you, basketball players and baseball. All right. Self-control. Self-control to what? To do all this stuff without the constant telling of your parents, of your coaches, or your club. This is something that it has to come out of you, your inner drive, your inner motivation, right? And also, guys, wow. Individuality, your individuality, without the right mindset, without the right motivation to be all you can be for the well-being of others, instead of being a loving person, you are a selfish guy. Now let me tell you something. I know a lot of good players, but their mindset, their families, they are so selfish. They are good and they work hard and they train very good and they're good players, don't get me wrong. But the only thing they care is about them, you know. I mean, they want to look good, they want to play good, they want to make all the goals, they want to shine. And this is something I drill with my players from the very beginning when I start to work with them. This game is not about you only. If you're not capable to make others better, if you're not capable to help others grow, if you don't want to others feel the joy of the game, you will not have a space in my team, neither in my program. I don't want nothing to do with you, because in the long term, only those players that are willing to play around others, to make others better, those are the players that they're gonna be truly successful, not only on the field, but also outside the field. So check your heart, listen to your teammates, listen to your coaches, listen to your parents, ask the questions, dad, mom, coach, teammate, Raul, Pedro, whatever is your teammate name. Ask the question and say, do you think I'm a selfish player? Or do you think I'm helping you to be better? As a player, you have the responsibility to help your teammates, to help your coach, even to help the other team, to care about the others. The others are their emotion. It's not like you're gonna be helping them to win you, but if you can love them, if you can respect them, if you can do something good for them without sabotaging what you're doing for your team, why not? You know, I remember playing in my college years, and I was my team captain. I was playing good, leading the team, and sometimes when a forward scored a goal on us versus us from the other team, and if that goal was really good, I go to the guy, I say, well done, brother. That was a very good goal. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna try to keep stopping you. That doesn't mean that I don't wanna try to do my best so my team can win. It's just the description of reality. It doesn't put you down when you recognize the reality around you. And the reality around you is that you gotta make sure that your teammates increase their capability to become better players, because that's gonna be good also for you down the road. I feel sad and I feel a lot of shame for parents and players that they only are pursuing their well-being, because this is a team sport. And I'd like to encourage you to try to improve others. As a coach, as a parent, and as a player, everybody has to be worried about not only yourself, but your teammates. Practice this. If one of your teammates miss a training session this week, why you don't call him? Why you don't send him a message and say, hey, I noticed that you didn't get to the training session. What happened? We miss you. We need you in the team. You are important for us. You are a very good player for us. Or you are improving and we need you in the team. You see, that's also something that builds up the team spirit. Well, that talking is a much needed for you as an individual, for you as a player, especially your mindset. Now, I want you to focus. I want you to switch a little bit and start to talk a little bit more about the tactical aspect of the game. Excuse me. Reminder, are you drinking water? We have training session this afternoon. You gotta be drinking water, lots of water, before the training session. All right. Guys, the other day, the last video that we recorded, we were talking about the importance of understanding the systems, right? Or understanding the formations. If you see in this formation, we have one goalkeeper, we have 4 defenders. We call this 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. This formation is becoming very popular right now in the States and right now in Europe. There's a lot of teams that are playing this formation. And understand something, the formation the teams and the formation the coaches are choosing is all related to the type of players they have, right? For instance, there are some teams that they're playing 1, 4, 3, 3 is because the players that they have suit this type of formation. But let me tell you something, and let me try to put together something that is very, very important, and it's very well connected to the conversation that we're having. Okay, you as an individual, let's say you're playing, we're gonna pick the red team. Let's say you're playing midfielder, right? And your responsibility, for example, when the right fullback has the ball, this central defender has to drop, right? This midfielder can move over here, and this midfielder, in case that this is you need to become available. That all depends the kind of pressure you guys are facing, right? Normally, this is the way the other team is gonna be pressuring you. See? When the ball is here, what is your responsibility related to the necessity of your teammate, right? Related to the positioning of the defenders. See, if in this case the other team is pressuring you high, this is called a high pressure from the other team, right? And this player over here, if you are this player, your responsibility it's going to be related to the movements of the defenders, but also it needs to be related to the movements of your teammates. For instance, if this player decides to drop all the way here, right? To drop all the way here, you, instead of coming this way, you need to see what happened. You need to see if this player is holding his position, and if you need to see if the number 9 is holding his position, maybe that's an indication for you to do this. You can drag in here, move over here. Probably this player is gonna be following you a little bit, and that's gonna create a space for the number 10 to receive the ball in here, and that might create another connection with you future down, right? But it all depends the movement of your teammates. For instance, if this player, instead of coming over here, he decides to hold his position, then something that you can do is coming to the side a little bit so you can receive the ball in the side, or you can also hold your position, all right? That way this player can fake the pass over here and bring the ball here, and we create a space for this player in here. But this what we're trying to say in here is that what you do as an individual, it comes from what the defenders allow you to do somehow, and it also comes from what your teammates are doing. And why is this important? Because first you need to understand what are your teammates' responsibilities. Coach need to tell this player what to do when the ball is here. Not exactly, but different things that he can do. That way when he drop over here, this player knows what to do. Probably the coach wants for him to hold the position because you have a good reading of the game, and you're gonna be able to come and use this space, and you can receive the ball in here, and then you can keep building up and creating more situations. Or probably the coach wants you to hold your position, right? Because when this player drop over here, he wants the number 9 dropping over here and the number 10 here, and so on and so on and so on. But these are conversations that you guys need to have with your coaches. What you need to understand is your role and the coach's expectations, and understanding that all you do is very close related with everybody else around you. But this is a typical situation, and this is, I would say, like a game principle. Let's say we manage to attack, all right, and we ask our teammates to join us in this 4 in here. So we are attacking in here, boom, we managed to move forward the line. You see what I'm doing in here is the principle of compactness. You see, when the ball is here, there is no reason why the defenders, and this is something that you will see a lot in amateur soccer and teams that they don't understand the tactical awareness or responsibilities of the team and the players. This is something that happens a lot. For instance, the team managed to put the ball up here, and you will see the other team dropping and compacting, right? And then you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 players trying to score a goal on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen unless you have Messi on your team. And that's not gonna happen either. So what we need to do is, this is a principle we need to apply when we are attacking and when we are defending, right? If we are attacking, let's say you pass the ball to this guy over here, or let's say you see this guy pass the ball to this guy over here. Got the ball over here, got pressure, pass the ball over here, right? These defenders are gonna drop. And what are you gonna do? What is your team is gonna do? What are these 4 defenders doing in here? If this guy passed the ball over here, so let's go here. Let's see if we can overlap so we can add more numbers. These defenders slide a little bit more. If this right fullback is going, my recommendation is for this guy not to go that much, so he can push a little bit forward by creating some balance. You see the difference between the 2 fullbacks in here, right defender, left defender. And then midfielder goes, 3 defenders in the back. If the ball is here, this guy is supporting, this guy is creating another pass of line of pass. This guy can go a little bit more. This guy is holding some balance, and we go. So when we are going attack, we go attack as a team, but very importantly, we lost the ball, all right? And you see the defenders, the midfielders in here, these three midfielders in here. Now the other team is going full force, is going to attack us, right? And now what we're gonna do? If we don't recover our positions and we are not compacting and we are not playing as a team, and if this guy gets mad because this guy lose the ball because he didn't pass the ball or whatever the stupidity happens, let's say, what are you gonna do? Well, if you're a midfielder, you need to come and recover your position right away. You guys need to drop and recover your position. If you are if you're a defender and you were trying to accompany, you need to come. If you lose the ball, you need to become the first defender. And if you're a forward, you also need to drop. So when we are attacking, we all go in order, in different positions. And when we are defending, we all need to drop, right? And that's a very good example for you to understand that even you as an individual has a unique responsibility. You need to understand that you are part of a team, and as a team, you need to go attack, and as a team, we need to go back and defend and trying to protect our goal and recover our goal. If you don't do that, you're gonna be paying the price. Think about that. So, summary for today, as we're getting a little on in this video. Guys, the game starts with you, but the game is not only about you, it's about you and your teammates, and you guys go and attack as an individuals and as a team, and you guys go and defend. When you lose the ball transitioning back, you gotta go back also as a team. I hope this conversation will benefit you. You know that you will be receiving something like this every week. So this afternoon I'll see you, and I wish you a good rest of the week. Thank you very much.